Problem is, we don't have a decent picture. Eddie's been on it for weeks. We can barely get a glimpse of him.
Oh, what is he, shy? If we can get a picture of Julia Roberts in a thong, we can certainly get a picture of this weirdo. Put an ad on the front page. Cash money for a picture of SpiderMan. He doesn't want to be famous, and I'll make him infamous.
Hello and welcome to Two Guys and a Few Good Men. I am TJ Washuk.
And I am Garrett Loberg.
And this is Movie Lowdown for the week of August 19th, 2019.
Ah, yes. What a week for news. We wish every week could be like this,
Yes.
but it's not. So, that being said, let's get into this 30-minute episode and get right into the news. Alright, first up this week, we all know you've been waiting for it. We've been waiting to talk about it. We love the memes. You love the memes. Spider-Man, Sony versus Disney. The matchup is crazy. Will he be the next Iron Man? Probably not. Tony Stark makes a statement. Everywhere I go, I see you. I'm Spider-Man. I just want to be in the Avengers, man. So, this week, get into the news, buddy.
Yep, so there was a big uproar on, I think it was Wednesday.
I believe it was Tuesday that started the shit show.
Okay. Sony and Disney were having discussions about Spider-Man and its future, and it looks like Sony and Disney are parting ways.
Yes,
Disney is no longer producing the Spider-Man movies because they wanted 50-50 split of the commission or the income for the movies.
Correct. And we have the official statement, actually. This was released 2 days ago.
From Sony?
Yes, from Sony Pictures. Much of today's news about Spider-Man has been mischaracterized. Recent discussions about Kevin Feige's involvement in the franchise. We are disappointed, but respect Disney's decision not to have him continue as a lead producer of our next live-action Spider-Man film. We hope this might change in the future, but understand that the many new responsibilities that Disney has given him, including all the newly added Marvel properties, do not allow time for him to work on IP they do not own. Kevin is terrific, and we are grateful for his help and guidance and appreciate the path he has helped put us on, which we will continue.
Yeah, so I think that was a good statement.
It was extremely good because a lot of people thought it was just that
Sony hating on Disney or vice versa.
There is nothing in that statement that says that he's not going to be part of the MCU. It just means that Kevin Feige's not going to be part of it.
Yes.
And I think people misconstrued that, and they realized, a lot of people realized, I think the memes that I posted kind of showed that people realized that it was mostly Disney deciding not to go forward with Kevin Feige working with them.
Yeah, because he has so much on his plate.
Correct.
Now that they added
Fantastic Four, we've got X-Men, we've got all
Blade.
the other properties from Fox. So there's a big difference from him being cut from the MCU, and it's really funny because I don't know if you've watched Angry Joe before. Mm-mm. Angry Joe he's a game reviewer. He does movie reviews, and this is where I read the story first. It broke the news, and I watched it, and I can't wait till he gets backlash because all he did was talk shit about Sony.
Really?
And
he didn't even know the whole side of the story.
He didn't know the whole side of the story, and then it's actually funny. At the end of the story, he goes and reads Collider about how it was Kevin Feige that decided that Marvel decided to do that, and Disney decided to not go forward. And I thought it was really funny because the whole first part of the video, he was just bitching and bitching and bitching, and then it was like, at the end, you could see it slowly going downhill.
Yeah, that's why I felt like this was too big of a story for it to be one-sided.
Yeah.
There was no way.
So, chances of Spider-Man being in another MCU film is very, very big. It's not that at all. It's more or less that Kevin Feige will not be part of it.
He will not help out with designing the story or...
Yeah. And that's just Spider-Man. If he's in an Avengers movie, he's going to be with Kevin Feige because Kevin Feige will be running any Avengers movie.
Yeah, because that was the Avengers movie, but if it's a standalone, then he's not.
Exactly. And to be honest, like we were just saying a little bit ago, the standalone Spider-Mans don't feel like Kevin Feige had anything to do with it. Homecoming and Far From Home, it felt like it was Sony running it. Mm-hmm. I wasn't the biggest fan of Far From Home. Mm-hmm. I thought it was okay. It was great.
Yeah.
But same with both the Spider-Man movies. I didn't think they were man, I need to call home about this. Like, my favorite of the MCU movies is Iron Man 3. Mm-hmm. these weren't any Iron Man 3s, and Iron Man 3 is even debatably a good movie to a lot of people. So
Yeah.
it's about personal preference, and a lot of people are just up in arms because of Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's always a hot topic.
Yes,
So,
very much so.
but anything else you have for that?
No. Just I'm glad that we finally got the whole story.
Yeah, and so people, I mean, if you're still like pissed off at Sony, I mean, it's understandable. Sony is an entity that you should be pissed off at.
Yeah.
Because they're kind of assholes. But they're kind of moving in the right direction, and I think this was kind of cool that they did that, and they kind of switched gears and said, we want to...
Like, we respect Kevin Feige and all
Yeah.
of his doings, you know?
So, next up, we've got Breaking Bad. The movie is a wrap. It says Bob Odenkirk. He's talking about a season 5 of Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And he did say that the season or the movie has been finished. So, what does that happen to entail? They were talking about releasing it on AMC, right?
I believe so. I don't think it was going to be in theaters.
I know that he's on Netflix too. Better Call Saul was on Netflix,
Yeah.
so I wonder if they're going to release it on Netflix too.
Hmm.
I believe I saw another story. I didn't, go for it, but I believe they're talking about him or the distribution on what they were going to do. It was either going to be Netflix or Amazon, I think. So.
Oh, wow.
But just the fact that they are wrapped with the movie is exciting. I can't wait to see that. That's not really like a movie. That's kind of like a TV movie.
Yeah, it's
more
pretty much
than
what it
like
is.
something that's going to be theoretically released.
Just like a long episode, basically.
Yeah, I think it was Amazon. Yeah, Amazon that was talking about releasing it. So
Yeah, and I don't know if it's going to be a prequel or a sequel.
yeah, we don't know. Maybe we find out that Mr. White has been alive this whole time.
Or Jesse's become this
Kingpin.
Yeah.
Next up, we've got this was very surprising this week. The Matrix 4.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere.
A go, and they're setting up to get it all.
Could be why they re-released the first Matrix in theaters.
Yeah, very cryptic on that and how that
To get
came
that
out.
in the news, and then now they dropped this in the news.
Yeah. And Keanu Reeves and the Wachowskis, which one of them's not a Wachowski anymore.
Yeah, one of them isn't going to be in it. I think they might have divorced or something.
Oh.
Because one of them is a transsexual, and I think she changed her name or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, you do you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so and I'm sure Lawrence Fishburne would be happy to reprise his role. I'm interested to see what they do with this. That movie ended pretty obscurely.
Yeah.
And I think somebody brought up the Animatrix and how they thought that was what they thought that was for, but really that was just a bunch of compilation of animated stuff.
Yeah, it was animated prequels. if
Yeah.
you will. Prequel stories.
So, but I wonder what they're going to do with that, if it's going to be rated
Yeah.
R, rated PG-13, probably PG-13,
I don't know.
maybe PG. They always have good violence in it, that's the thing. And nowadays with violence in the media, we want to make sure
Right.
that there's...
Watch, they're gonna have the Matrix without guns.
Yeah, right. They're going to use their mind powers to shoot each other. Anyways...
Yeah.
Speaking of violence and guns, we finally got a release on what the Joker is going to be rated. And what is it going to be rated, TJ?
It's rated R.
Rated R. I'm excited for this now.
Yeah.
This makes it even better because that means that there's going to be a lot of violence in it. It's going to be very controversial.
Very.
We were both talking about this, I want to say like 2 months ago, maybe a month ago, about what it was kind of up in the air on what it was going to be. Because, with PG-13 doesn't get the kids in movies and the movies and 13-year-olds. So this is going to be rated R. So it's going to be more violence, more blood, I'm guessing.
And the people have seen it that I've seen online have liked it so far.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. And you know what? That's, we haven't seen anything. They haven't released
a trailer yet.
And like the trailer that they did release was very, very coy. It didn't release anything that they have going for it. So,
Which is good, though.
Oh yeah. So,
Comes out in November.
November.
So, September, you should at least see one trailer.
yeah. But I like that they're doing that because that gives it a lot more of a mysterious feel to it. And I think that's great. It could be bad, but honestly, I think it's good.
I'm looking forward to it.
Exactly. All right, and next up, we've got a new James Bond film. The new James Bond film.
Finally got a name.
Yep, and it is No Time to Die. So I'm guessing that Daniel Craig dies at the end.
That or this is his last film, is what I hear.
Oh yeah, well,
And that one girl might be taking over.
yes, they've been talking about a new James Bond as a female, which I guarantee at the end that's kind of like either the end credit scene or like him dying, they pass it off to her, or she's part of the film and it's passed off to her.
Yeah.
So one of those, but the No Time to Die seems a little too convenient of a title. So we will see on that one.
And that comes out next year or something.
I believe summer of next year. Either that or November. No, it's got to come out in the summertime.
I forgot.
We'll insert a date right here. Next up, we've got the Black Widow casts the world's tallest bodybuilder.
So it's not the Mountain?
It's not the Mountain. Well, because the Mountain's tall, but I don't think he's the tallest.
No, but he's a giant.
But I wonder what character they're going to put him as to have...
They'd probably put him out as a henchman, because I don't think they would put him as, like, the main villain.
Oh, definitely not the main villain.
Yeah.
Well, because it's probably Taskmaster that's the main villain we've seen.
You have to have a strong actor for it. For that.
But that would be interesting if, like, instead of Taskmaster, like, she goes after him and he's just like, go get a tall man that has muscles. Like, I don't know what to deal with it. And poof, he goes, away. But interesting that they're putting that in there. Speaking of other casting directions, we've got a quick who's in that movie?
Who joined that movie?
Who joined that movie?
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance.
Michael Rooker is joining the Fast and Furious 9. Surprising that they're going to do that.
Yeah, seems like this movie is going to be like Expendables.
It's very star-studded.
Very star-studded. Because you got Michael Rooker, we got John Cena. We have... who else is in that they announced? Can't think of off the top of my head, but there's at least...
It's quite a few.
3 other people I think they re-announced. They're going to be on it. So, I don't know. Fast and the Furious, man. It's getting crazier and crazier.
Yep. Also, another big movie news. I didn't even put this on here. Sony has confirmed that Tom Holland will be doing Uncharted.
Oh, he's in Uncharted?
Or,
Tom Holland? Yeah.
Yeah, as or what? Yeah, is that what it was? Uncharted.
Yeah.
So he's going to be playing Nathan Drake in the movie, and
so they finally confirmed it.
They finally confirmed it.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's going to be in it. I don't know. I think they're still looking for a director and a producer.
Jeez.
Well, I mean, it's smart to have somebody that you can lock down and say, well, we've got this person. Also, this news was really cool for me, and I threw it in there. Venom 2 adds the cinematographer from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Robert Richardson. Which both of us were big fans of his work for movie and how he filmed it.
So Venom's gonna look awesome.
Yeah, Venom's gonna... I feel like it's gonna have more aerial shots. It's gonna have more good pans. It's gonna have just more of a tighter feel. Like the other movie felt like it was just slashed together. Not in a bad way. It was still a good movie.
You'll get a vibe from each scene, basically.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna add more warmth to it to where it could be put together way better. So that's exciting. Another bit of news, like we said, man, there's so much news this week. Resident Evil reboot is in development. I didn't get too much on this one. It was just that they are very excited to reboot it. But in the sense, I'm kind of confused on why.
Yeah, why?
Because
it didn't do too well in the box office.
No, and I'm wondering if they're thinking that they can just scrap it and start over new.
Maybe they'll do like Leon Kennedy's Resident Evil.
Something different, I would hope, because watch them still hire Mila Jovovich.
I doubt it.
I know, but yeah, that was really surprising. Another little bit of movie news. Midsommar, I guess, has a 3-hour director's cut. It was originally, I want to say, 2 hours.
It was like
hour 40.
2 hours long, I think.
Yeah.
I think it was a long one.
So they added an extra hour to it. There were some reviews on it. I didn't want to spoil it because I want to see it if it does get released. But that's really cool that A24 had so much film that they had to cut a lot of it.
Yeah.
And it actually leaves it up to, you know, I really wonder what else they cut out of it. There must have been some more crazy scenes, or either that or maybe they were a little less crazy. Maybe they were a little more tame.
Yeah, just like side talk or whatever.
Yeah.
And also I saw that the director for it has put together a Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 film.
Yeah, he's actually going to be... the director. Yeah. They're going to cut it and put it together so it's a little bit more cut and dry. It's not as, like, choppy in figuring out which places go which. So that I saw that too.
That'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, so... production-wise, it's cool that they're doing these with these movies because I think there's a lot of fans of these movies, and it kind of gives them something to tantalize, you know, after you go to the movie theater and you're like, I want to see more.
Exactly. They leave us with more, and they're giving us more.
Exactly. And one of the last ones before our golden shit, we've got Lady and the Tramp. The mutt was saved from a shelter in Arizona here.
Yeah, I saw this article yesterday because one of my friends pointed it out, and I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
They use a shelter animal to portray as an actor. I guess. I guess you consider it an actor because it's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But what I'm wondering is, you know, a lot of times they have these animals that are trained.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's been trained or if they're going to train it to, you know, in this movie, I feel like it's one of those movies that they're going to do like with those dog movies where they're like voiceover it. Like, oh, lady, you're a tramp. And like,
Yep.
Like, I wonder if they're going to do that. And I mean, if they're doing that kind of movie.
They are doing it like that.
Oh, they are?
I want to
Okay.
say that's gonna be just like the movies where the dogs are just walking around the scene. And then
They're not talking.
Yeah.
They're not like, they didn't like move the mouth around. At least like with the baby movies, they like move they animate their
mouths.
Their mouths moving. With the dogs, it's just like, am I hearing his thoughts?
His thoughts, yeah.
So I think that's pretty funny that they're going to be doing that.
And that's a Disney Plus movie.
Oh, that's going to be Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if it was going to be in theaters. So that's good if it's Disney Plus.
Yeah.
'Cause if it was going to be in theaters, it was like, ooh.
You're not getting that billion.
No, God no. How did Dumbo do this year?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think that hit $1 billion.
It did not.
Yeah.
All right, and for our
Golden shit of the week.
hey, you know who it is? It's our boys, MoviePass.
Back in it again.
Oh man,
It hasn't even been a full month.
it hasn't been a full month. Oh man, well, tell them what they did this month.
This month, what did they do?
Well, we had a security lapse, and guess what? If you had MoviePass, your credit card's definitely compromised.
So, first up, the beginning of the month, they had people's passwords were changed so they couldn't access their accounts. And then now they're saying that credit cards were released to hackers.
So, MoviePass, you know, and it goes back, and we say this every time, but I remember the first time that I went to MoviePass's website, and I was like, man, this sounds so cool. And then I went, and it was like unsecured, and it was like, don't give your information out to this website.
Yeah,
I was like,
you were saying that.
What? Like,
Insecure for this long.
oh, so it's just sad to see this kind of fall down so hard. They just keep screwing things up, and I mean, what can you do at this point other than be the CEO and light yourself on fire and jump off a cliff?
Yeah, just jump out of that building.
Yeah. So you know what? Hey, if anything, it keeps giving us news and golden shits. So please keep it up, MoviePass. We really appreciate you being in the news every week. It gives us another home run to hit out of the park.
Exactly.
So, but that is going to do it for our news for the week.
Yeah.
I actually want to talk about a movie I saw.
Okay. Yeah.
Little different from what we do. This was a Netflix movie. I saw the new Invader movie.
Oh yeah, I watched that too.
I liked it a lot. I think that it was great
Yeah.
that they hopped right back where they ended, and they went back to their old shticks.
Yeah, the animation was pretty much the same for the most
Same
part.
character did the voices. The same characters had the same, a little bit more grown up because it was supposed to be 10 years.
Yeah.
They're still all kids.
They look like kids.
But I think that was the running gag. But it was just it felt like watching the cartoon as a kid.
Yeah, because I was watching Invader Zim. It's on Hulu. 2 weeks prior to the movie dropping, just so I could get caught up in it all. And I thought they did an awesome job with keeping the story going.
It felt like they didn't miss a beat. And I know we don't normally talk about animated movies, like unless it's Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, or something that's in the theaters. But I really thought that this movie, they did a really good job of putting it together and keeping it to where the fans are still gonna like it. I feel like a lot of those movies end up kind of a little bit too cliche.
Now, was Hey Arnold a Netflix original film?
I don't know.
The Harold movie?
I didn't see the Hey Arnold movie. I didn't see Rocko's Modern Life.
Yeah, I watched that one too.
That one I thought was okay. That one I felt was a little...
It was okay.
It was definitely okay. It didn't...
I liked some scenes, like when they were talking about the nostalgia hole.
Yeah.
I thought that was so funny.
Oh, yeah.
So like...
cliche.
What do you call it? Third dimension.
Fatheads or whatever.
Well, like what Deadpool does. Like his type of comedy, like a
Breaking the third wall.
Breaking the third wall, thank you.
Fourth wall.
Yeah, I think that's what that movie did.
Oh, yeah. And it was very much a social commentary on what we are now. And it's funny, though, because they start in the spaceship at the end, or at the beginning of it, and they come back, and it's been 20 years. And it's funny because that's where they left off. And I like that these shows are jumping right back where they left off. I think that really does help them. I don't think there was a lot of, in Invader Zim, I don't think there was a lot of stuff that was like new technology other than like the bracelet they had that was kind of like an iWatch or an iPhone watch. But I still think that like Rocko's Modern Life, I feel like sometimes it was a little too heavy with the stuff. The new stuff, like I got the new iPhone and I got the new Android. Those were kind of like ham-handed. I was like, oh.
Yeah, a little too easy.
Yeah. I figured like that they could have made fun of it and been like, I got the Apple phone, or
because everyone already made fun of it like years ago.
Exactly.
It's already been beat to death.
Yeah, right. They jumped on that dead horse and they were like, we're gonna keep going. Yeah. But yeah, these Nickelodeon films. What did you think? Did you like them? Did you rewatch them? I definitely think that Invader Zim was good, and I would definitely like to see a TV show remade about it.
Yeah. The thing is about these movies, question of the week, what next Nickelodeon movie or show do you want to see made as a movie?
Yeah.
My thing is, has anyone been talking about Invader Zim or Rocko's Modern Life? Like, you don't see like memes of them at all?
No, but they, for like places like Reddit has been kind of a place for Invader Zim to be brought up. They bring up a lot of, like on our movies. And there's one called like Our Nostalgia. A lot of Invader Zim stuff was brought up.
Okay.
They do a lot of.
So I was like wondering what brought about this interest in these two shows.
And I think Invader Zim has been brought up because it was such a cult classic. And I think the creator just decided that he wanted to jump out there, and
he was back at it again. The same guy.
What would be your show that you'd like to see?
I would like to see All Real Monsters.
Yeah, that's one of your favorite shows. I would definitely like to see Doug. Doug
would be cool.
Yeah. Maybe a re-emergence of the Beats.
Didn't they say they're doing a Rugrats one too?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Rugrats is one of those that they keep pulling back, and they try to. I mean, even in the early 2000s when that was kind
all
of
grown
dead,
up.
Yeah, they kept doing that stuff, so that was kind of goofy in its own. But yeah, these Nickelodeon shows, as much I think Rocko's Modern Life really nailed it on the head. That we are a
nostalgia hole.
Yeah, that we feel like we need to have all this nostalgia when really, what we do need is some real originality right now. And I think that they had a lot of more leeway back in the 2000s to do these kind of weird shows. Especially Cartoon Network had a bunch of these that were very weird and niche. Codename Kids Next Door is one of my favorites.
That and the one with the whale. It's on the tip of my tongue. The Adventures of Flapjack.
Yeah,
that one was really weird.
They had a lot of stuff that the Cartoon Hour, where they had they would have animators come in and do the different their own cartoons, and they would give them a show if they got enough votes on it. I thought that was always fun. I think they need to bring that back.
Yeah.
And I think Cartoon Network really gets away with a lot of stuff I think it's Nickelodeon that's a little bit more tame now.
They are very tame. They're like a Disney-ish in a way.
Yeah,
with their
because
shows now.
SpongeBob even is gotten a lot more. Like I can watch it and I'm like, it's okay.
Yeah, need more craziness.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, adults are gonna have to watch it too. I think I saw a review on somebody that talked about Dora the Explorer movie, and that they loved it because there was more adult humor in it. It was stupid because it had kids humor, but it also had some adult humor, which helped the parents that watch it. Which I agree. If you're a parent and you're watching these Disney shows or Nickelodeon shows or Cartoon Network shows, I think like Teen Titans, I always find something funny in there. Steven Universe, all these shows, there's always some adult humor in these kids shows, especially Adventure Time. Adventure Time was riddled with a lot of adult humor.
Very much so.
Adults love the show, and it was originally a kids show. So I think this nostalgia trip is nice. I think it kind of feeds us a little bit, but I think we need some more originality that's a little bit more crazier and fun like Invader Zim. I think that they could definitely bring some more fans back into the cartoon world. Yeah,
and I love animated shows, and glad that we've been having some good ones lately. But mostly been on, I would say Netflix and Cartoon Network is where it's been at lately. But guys, that's it for this week's movie lowdown. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Also, please go visit our friends at Chocolate Swordfish. They're awesome. We always forget to shout them out.
Yes, but their link is always down in the description down below on YouTube.
So,
but other than that, I am TJ Washuk.
And I'm Metal Gear Ray.
We love you, and good night.
This has been a Two Guys production.